So this is the best part of the series. This is the features and benefits section where we're talking about everything that we've packed into the products. We're also going to be talking a little bit about some of the devices that we've got here as well, but mainly focusing on the features that are inside there. So devices, like I say, we'll talk onto them in a moment, but I'm going to get this lid off first and then we're going to look at the bits inside. You can see that it's a distribution board. We've got buzz bars, we've got terminals, we've got DIN rail in there, so something that you would typically see. However, some of the things that we've done to help you along the way is that we've included these DIN rails on the side here. So we've got one maybe for an SPD, we've also got one for an energy monitor, and we've also got a set of DIN rails here ready for the main isolator to be going in there as well. The pan assembly itself has got a tiny little notch on the end here. Sometimes that when you're installing the larger boards, you can see that the devices inside there will be drooping down a little bit. We've added that extra bit of strength in there to stop that from happening, so that when you are putting the lid back on, it makes it nice and easy to go on as well. Just mentioning the lid and the screw holes here, there is a captive screw that sits inside here. Again, that is adjustable so that you're not having to fire in screws at different angles. It goes in nice and easily as well. You'll see that these lines down the back here, you could use them as ventilation, but we've also included it. If you are concerned about your grouping factors, you can use cable ties to dress your cables in nicely. We can see we've got a few big slots for vents here. We've got 2 at the bottom, 2 at the top, just allowing that bit of airflow. We know that sometimes that when they're under a lot of load, they do produce a little bit of a temperature. So again, just giving you that peace of mind that there's going to be that additional airflow around them as well. Now, probably one of my favourite features is this setup at the top here. So we've got a set of terminals at the top here, L1, L2 and L3. We take this plastic cap out the top by undoing the terminals, and then you can extend from it. So we can see on this side we've got the extension boards. You can wire into a single way, 18-way DIN rail, putting in contactors or whatever it may be that you need to feed out of there. So you can do that from this top terminal here. Without moving the board too much around, we can see that we've got a gland plate on the top here, which is completely removable. So the hole underneath is already notched out so that you haven't got to sit there cutting it out, which we know again can be a bit of a pain for contractors and more so time consuming. And that's the same for the top and the bottom. So if you did want to put an extension board on there, again, very easy to do it. Or if you was mounting trunking above it because you was wrapping your board, very easy as well. Now, not necessarily with this size board, however, we do have the space for them, but we can see that we've got some additional ways for some terminals there. Some of the feedback that you guys have given us has allowed us to incorporate a blank space for some more terminals should you need to use them. And in the larger ways, we've allowed for additional terminals purely because we know that they get clogged up with various different cables in there, just making it a little bit easier, you know, not fighting for terminals. We've also included the sticker on the back here. That's going to give you your torque ratings for every single device, whether that's a 250 amp isolator or whether it's all the way down to an RCBO. Those are the features for this particular board. We are going to be doing a full range of boards right the way up from 4, 6, 8, 12, 16, 20 and 24 ways. There's going to be a subtle difference from 8-way onwards, is that the buzz bar inside there is going to be a 250 amp rated buzz bar. So if you are looking to extend boards that you've got a 125 amp main switch in there already, and you do need to increase them, you can put one of these in, which is a 250 amp isolator. So what does that mean for you guys? It means that you're having to hold less stock. It means that you are having to think about it less because you know that it does have the capacity to go up to that 250 amp rating. One of the features that we're most pleased with is that purely because it gives you that versatility to go from 125 amp to 250. Now, I didn't mention the 4 and 6 way within that conversation. However, they will be 125 amp as standard, and that's what they'll stay at, 4 and 6 way. Just making that crystal clear. So the 4 and 6 way will be 125 amp, and anything above that could be 125 or 250 as well. Moving on to this side here with the extension board. Now we're going to be stocking 2 particular extension boards. We're going to stock a blank one, so if you're using it as a spreader plate, and we're also going to be stocking an 18-way single DIN rail version. So if you are putting things in there, whether it may be an RCD or whether it's going to be a set of contactors, or whether you want to add the additional energy monitors into the top there as well, you can do that, and it does have the ability to do that as well. Some of the devices we've got in front of us here, I've already mentioned, we've got the 250 amp one, we've got the 125 amp 4-pole. So if you haven't seen any of the other videos, we do these devices in a 3 amp 4-pole, and the same for the 125, just in case you've got earthing arrangements that require them. We've got a set of MCBs, 3-phase, so triple module ones, whether that's a B, C or D curve, right the way up to a 63 amp, so 6 all the way up to 63 amp. We've got an SPD that is a type 1-2 device, and we're also going to be doing a type 2 standalone. We've got single module MCBs here for your single phase circuits. Again, just like these ones here, they are 10kA versions as well. You've got RCBOs with a meter long neutral lead. Now we know this was a big challenge for a lot of people because all of a sudden you get a 24-way board and you're stretching that neutral all the way down to the bottom of the terminals. And again, they will come in a wide range of current ratings as well. We touched on a different video, we touched on the different types of RCDs that we're going to have. So we're going to have a type A version, we're also going to have a type B version, which again will come in a various different range of current ratings. Last but not least, within this lineup here, we can see that we've got a blank in the middle here. Now that blank is a fixed blank, and it truly is a fixed blank because there's an insert in there that stops it from moving around on the bus bar. Sometimes you have a little bit of a wiggle, but we've worked really hard and put an insert in there where it is fixed onto the buzz bar, so stopping that drooping happening for the rest of your breakers as well. And the last feature I want to show you in today's video is the fact that we've got a reversible door as well. So it's just as easy as taking that, pushing that button there, spinning it around, dropping it in that side, he says, and then away you go. It's also got the lock on the front there. Keys are universal, so if you do need a spare key, again, we can provide you with that. So that's today's video on features and benefits. I'm sure there's lots more to go at, but don't forget, like, subscribe and share, and we'll see you on the next one.